Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the Upscale Joe PT, and for today what we have in here, it is Dead Cells running on my integrated graphic card, my Intel HD 4400. So this game, it is using the X engine and they are developed by the Motion Twin. The X engine, it is an engine that essentially it is used for this type of pixelated side-scrolling games, while the Motion Twin, it is an indie developer that have been around since 2001, so it's good. They have like 11 people working for them, so it's a small team, and they did develop games like La Brute, My Brute, Die Tonight, Mush, which I honestly going to tell you that I don't know these games, but they are not strange. I'm pretty sure that I already saw them on Steam, but I never played them before. And on the other day I was just scrolling on the internet and I have received an email from this team sending me out a key for the game for me to try out. So I accepted this key especially because of this graphic card, since I'm now recently benchmarking my Intel HD 4400. I thought it would be interesting to give it a try and see how it runs. So for the settings, you can only choose if you want VSync or not, if you want full screen or not, so there isn't too much options available on this game, unfortunately. But it's completely understandable. This is a 2D side-scrolling game. What options do you want it to be in here? And what happens is the game runs absolutely fine, despite this integrated graphic card. It is really old, and for how much this is pixelated or not, there is a lot of effects going on the background. And this is the performance that I got without recording in Dead Cells on the second level, which is the pro-made of something. I don't clearly remember the name from the level, but it was way more demanding than the other two levels that I did try out. So it means that the first level and the third level that I did try, it was way less demanding than this one, while the second level I had an average of 62 frames per second and a 1% of 54. So even this way, the game was spending most of its time above 60 frames per second and barely dropped it from the 60. Okay, so spectacular performance. Now let's talk about the game. Dead Cells, it is pretty much a side-scrolling game which generates the levels on its own way. So it means that, for example, we are currently on the first level. The first level will always have the same assets, okay, it's not going to change. But the way that the map is drawn, it is entirely different every time you start the game. The placement of the enemies will be entirely different, and the scenario will be different. Only the same assets will be used. Okay, so you can, if you look to the lower right side of the screen, you can see the level generated. So it's a little bit like Binding of Isaac. If you played Binding of Isaac, you probably will resemble a lot of stuff from this game, including the power-ups. You have some sword and some arrow, which you can evolve and get your own buffers to that. You have a lot of throwable items that you can use, and you can evolve a lot of stuff into your character too. So it seems a very interesting game, okay, and I think you should really try it, to be honest. It's not just because they offered me the key, it's because if you kind of like this type of games, if you like indie games, this seems like a really good game. And I've played indie games before like this that was bad optimized, but at least this one is good. But seriously, if you liked Binding of Isaac, I'm pretty sure you are going to love this game. It's pretty much the same thing, but in a side-scrolling environment and with a much more action. Okay, you have to be very quick sometimes to defeat certain opponents, especially the bosses of this game. They are very quick and complicated for me. But probably if you are adapted to these type of games, it should be easy for you. But for me, even on the first levels, I already had some trouble to try to defeat the bosses. So, interesting stuff in my opinion. There was more stuff that I wanted to talk about this game. I'm trying to resemble, let's say, okay, you can also associate this game to something like Castlevania, for example. But let me add just some more information about the game. The game, when it was released on early access, was already having 11 levels, 2 bosses, 50 weapons or more and skills, 2 special powers, unlocking new areas, paths. So you have a lot of stuff into this game. It's very responsive in my opinion. The fighting system is really fun to have if you like quick fighting skills. You can have a lot of fun. That is leaderboards for currently how fast you can beat the game, so it's amazing. This game has also have some streaming stuff completely connected to the game, which should make a little bit more friendly for you to stream for the typical, you know, typical platforms like Twitch and probably YouTube. To be honest, I didn't test that because my internet connection sucks entirely. And well, of course, eventually you are going to get a few rage quits because again, the game is not easy. Some people even call this game a little bit of Dark Souls lit. So that's more or less what you can expect about this game. So about that, I'm going to shut up entirely and I'm going to let you enjoy a little bit of the gameplay, the excellent soundtrack. And in case you are interested about this game, there is a link on the description for Steam. The game is a little bit expensive, to be honest. It costs 25 bucks, I think. After the release of Yakuza for 20 bucks, I think it's a little bit expensive. But if you are a sucker for this type of games, I'm pretty sure the price is right. And of course, if you can't pay right now, you can always... I'm pretty sure you will be finding this game later on a Humble Bundle or at a discount. And at least you will know a little bit about it, okay? So guys, that's all that I want to talk about Dead Cells. Hope you did enjoy the video. Thank you a lot for the developers for sending me out a key of this game. It's actually very good. And I do hope to see you all very soon in another video. So thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Keep enjoying the rest of the video because there is a lot more to be shown in here, okay? So goodbye guys, thank you.